So, testing.
Good morning, Shirley. You found the new good morning routine. Let's try it together. First, let's see what your day looks like. It's 10:04 a.m. It's 44 and sunny. Today, it'll be sunny, with a high of 57 and a low of 31.
What are you doing?
And just so you know, you can customize this routine. I can also turn on light.
Shut the fuck up. I did not say you could do any of that. Hello! Hello, hello, hello! Let me just stand you up for a second. Let me, Right. How are we doing today? It's been a second since I've actually played this. The episode was... Jesus. It's been a while since the last time I actually played this game. While that was unintentional, it kind of happened. And I can only move forward from there, continuing to try and play it. I got off on a little thing. I still have 2 more games to go through. Not even a promise they'll work. But, you know. So, anyways, enough chit-chat. Let's jump right into the news. Let's check my options real quick. Everything is good. Okay. That. And your bud in. There we go. I take the bend out of Mary Drive, trying to squint through dust kicked up by my vehicle past the sagebrush ahead. Dread! Son of a bitch! Ow! The fuck do I have a goddamn arm on that shit? How does that look, guys? How does that look? It stings. But it should be good. I take the bend out. I take the bend out of Mary Drive, trying to squint through dust kicked up by my vehicle past the sagebrush ahead. Let me reposition you. Carl isn't exactly small or stealthy, so if he's around here, I should be able to see him. The more I drive, the more I start to notice how little maintenance the dirt roads receive out here. My tires kick up topsoil and gravel, and divots mar the surface and jolt me in my seat. Unlike Flynn's truck or Leo's van, my little clunker isn't meant for these sort of roads. I can practically feel my maintenance bill growing. As I approach... Hello. That caught me off guard slightly. Oh, like I'm... Hello, forehead! As I approach the turnoff to Jasmine Street, I pull over onto the road, onto the side of the road. I reach back into my shorts and take my wallet. placing it on the glove box and locking it just in case. Stepping out of the vehicle, a cool sweat begins to form along my neck. I have to remind myself that I'm 21. We're all adults. I can drink. I have a car. I live by myself. And Carl is in trouble. As I walk through the clearing of dry brush, I am reminded of the last time I was here. I had to check. Let me literally just angle this fucking down because I'm going to be like crouched down. It's too off to the side there. I'm just going to... See? Now you can still see my head. Aha! I had to fight with my parents. I had a fight with my parents. I think it was over my grades or Leo or something. Good old cup of coffee in the morning. Always helps. Eventually I had enough of being yelled at and I took off for a generic teenage angst walk. My MP3 player was with me at the time, so I had put my earbuds in and had the emo core cranked up. Funny. Hours passed and it wasn't like I was even awake. Just meandering through the desert, bleary-eyed and directionless. I must have ended up on Jasmine Street because the abandoned school was nearby. I remember stopping to kick a rubber tire or something, and before I could, an arm appeared. It was furless, sort of pink, and incredibly long. It just sort of showed up in the corner of my vision, stretched out in front of me like someone was trying to hug me from behind. The music in my MP3 player had stopped and there was a complete absence of sound besides ringing in my ears. For some reason I still don't understand, and I didn't move. Maybe I was too scared. I did speak, but all I could say was, hey. And then someone hit me over the back of the head and called me a cocksucker. Jesus, I don't like that. Ooh. They tried to take my MP3 player, too. But I was clutching it so tightly, at that point, they couldn't get me to release it. No matter how many times they hit me in the head, I ended up telling Leo about it later, and he basically forbid me from ever going near Jasmine Street again. He kept asking who did it, and I told him I didn't know, but Leo thought I was just trying to keep him from harm. He went on a big speech about how where he comes from, if someone did this shit to a man's significant other, they'd be fucking dead. TikTok, of course. I was tired and my head hurt, so I asked him how well that philosophy was working out for everyone in his home country. That just made him even angrier, and he kept going on about his supposed to be the protector of all of us. Hell, he even name-dropped Sydney to help prove his point. Someone he almost never brings up because it kills a good mood. I come to a stop at the edge of the clearing. The street sign on the corner at the base of the hill confirms my location. Jasmine Street. Also known as Tetanus Alley, if you ask Flynn. No wonder Jenna changed her name. I make a point to keep my tail from touching the ground, occasionally checking the path ahead for shattered glass. Looking through the shattered windows of abandoned manufactured homes and littered hilltops, I can't imagine Carl in a place like this. Approaching Jenna's old house, I take stock of how it's aged poorly. It's stucco. Unlike most of the other trailers, I can't read for shit. About, but it hasn't seen a good coat of paint in at least a decade. The lawn is overgrown with weeds and shit. No! And the old convenience store wrappers lay entangled within the grass. Even as a kid, I keep leaning the fuck down. I'm too far off to the side again. This is really hard to keep fucking straightened and more down. Even as little kids, we never played here. Jenna would always insist we go to Leo's or my house. Listening in and peering through the torn screen windows, I can see that no one's home. I move on around the back. I hear some chatter behind the half-demolished home next door. I just bumped my mic. Some familiar voices stand out instantly. They keep out of sight behind the debris. No, it wasn't like that. I'm not going to do voices. I know that's a girl. I'm familiar. But I don't feel my throat. It's doing a thing again. So it's just gonna be a minute before I can properly do stuff. And there's people around. Like everywhere in my home. Heather says this in a babyish whine. Practically a coo. There is a rasp to her speaking voice that I don't remember her having. You lit it up with him all day in that shed, and you're saying you didn't do that? No. He was really, really sweet. I mean, he had an accent and everything. What kind of accent? That voice, I don't recognize. It's sort of gravelly, but artificial. Like someone trying to make their voice sound deeper than it is. You know, the Hispanic ones. Okay. Is that still, PC to say? Because my cousin wasn't telling me off fierce like for saying that other word. You called Joseph a spick, Heather. I'm gonna say this now. I don't know what that means, but I feel like it's probably bad. So just remember, I'm just reading this. I'm literally just reading. It's just here. I'm not actually telling this to anyone or anything. I'm literally just going through this normally. If it gets to a point where it's just back to back, I'm just not going to say it, and I can just let you see the words on the screen. Good enough for me. But I meant it in a good way, you know? Like when I called you my night rat. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. Heather. Ugh, that was a long space. Apologies. Just don't be throwing that shit around when Jar is trying to sell. Jar, however you say that. Chill, dude. He still bought from me. Not much. It's in the book. He might not next time. Dude. Ever since you got back, you're so much more assertive. The unknown voice doesn't respond. Jeremy speaks up again. Okay, whatever was causing it has finally exited my throat. And before you ask what that is, I can tell you. Literally, all it is a dried up snot glob that forms in the back of my throat. And don't ask me how that happens. I don't know. It just happens when I sleep. And it's annoying. But I'm glad that it's done. Because it only happens like once a day, not every day. And sometimes I have a lot of freedom. But with that, And anyone in the comments, if you would like to tell me how to pronounce that name right there, I would be forever grateful. Because I am American. And I'm a fucking idiot. Anyways, let's continue. We just talked, you know? He wanted to be a baker. He said next time we meet, he'll bring me some guava chimichangas. Sorry, it took me a minute. It's been a minute since I've seen that word. Those are those apple turnover looking things, right? God, I'm hungry. Oh, that sounds good, Jeremy. Why'd you have to bring up apple turnovers? Well, that's sort of what chimichangas are. You brought him up, Heather. Jeremy laughs in his trademark bassy and abrupt titter. Sorry, wetting my lips. Are you gonna give your cherry pie next time you see him too? What? My voice just cracked there. That just kind of worked perfectly. I don't know how to cook. I don't even have a stove. Fuck me. The voice groans. It's slang for vagina. You know, a slice of cherry pie. People are stupid. I want to put my junk into a vagina that looked like a slice of cherry pie. Gross. What? He said it. You, you, you both are. Heather says this with a snooty flair, though it's subverted by her voice's more dopey, childish undertone. I need to get out of this town. You haven't even been back that long. Are you upset about the dreams again? Yeah, the dreams. Shit's getting worse. But it's other stuff too, okay? You just need to relax, dude. Smoke some, you know? That's what works for me when I get 'em. I'm trying not to use it up. To use up the stuff I'm trying to sell. I gotta save up, you know? Everyone around here seems to be losing their shit more so than usual. Push that fucking beer. Plus that fucking a bear leering around here all the time. Brian. Oh shit. I have played through this before. I have had a good run-in with Brian, because I decided to play the Leo route first, which Brian has relied heavily upon in that one. And holy shit, he damn near makes me shit myself. He is scary. Brian keeps pushing me to sell this cut. Injectable stuff. Won't tell me what it is. Really? There's a pause in the conversation. Keith wants to say hi to his mom before work. What? Keith wants to say hi to his mom before work. Heather? What the fuck is happening? What? Keith wants to say hi to his mom before work. What's wrong with her? Why are you saying that, Heather? An increasing sense of urgency takes hold in Jeremy's usually calm, lackadaisy tone. Keith? You mean Keith from... Heather begins to sob. Her crying is sputtering and wet. I can hear it from here. Oh, God. Heather, dude, what's wrong? She continues bawling, her whining cry increasingly shrill and choked. Oh my God. Heather? I can't deal with this right now. Micah, give her a joint. Micah, what? What? I'm not giving her any more of mine. She's probably pulling this shit just to get more. Dude, now. We've got some of mine in the mini storage out back. Just hurry, okay? Fuck, okay. Hearing footsteps, my heart lurches. I move back around to the other side of the structure, praying that my clumsy other self is actually stealthy for once in my life. However, it isn't long before I see him around some corner, the same corner I just did. What in the goddamn shit? Micah's big eyes widen in alarm. The words catch in his throat, higher pitched than his others. There's a pause, and having been caught, I haven't got a clue what to say. Well, shit. It really is you. He mutters, his face taking a more stern expression. What? What the fuck are you doing here, schizo? I remember that. Oh, kinda. I know that term. It baffles me, so I had to rip a string off my sleeve. I gotta take this to Mama. She sews. She fixes some of my clothing time to time. She still got my dress pants. It's gotta be fixed. It's just a lot's been going on. I'm jolted for a moment. That being something that I haven't been called in years. I swallow, crossing my arms and trying to look nonchalant. Looking for Jeremy? Thought you fucked off to college like the rest. I thought you disappeared back in '08. A quiet huff escapes the small bat. Well, I'm here now. Heather's crying can still be heard in the background. Her banshee-like wails providing an odd ambiance to this reunion. Why do you need to see Jeremy? I'm looking for Carl. An indiscernible expression takes hold upon Micah's face, intense with his gaze flicking to his surroundings. Which goat ain't here? Why? Is Leo with you? No. Suddenly, Jeremy approaches from around the corner. Dude, what is taking... What the hell? The astute Phoenix's turquoise eyes bulge. He's much more round than I remember him, looking like a mix of Jenna and Carl's body. Schizo's here? Oh, geez, where's the wolf? He says he's not here. Guys, I'm looking for Carl. Even the police are searching for him now. Micah tenses the hell up at that information, his standoffish demeanor completely gone. One of the few people he talked to before he went missing around midnight was you, Jeremy. Have any idea where he could have gone? Jeremy stares ahead of me, blankly. There's a certain warmth that Jenna possesses to her gaze that her brother completely lacks in. I look at Jeremy now, and all I can see are all the times he threatened me over stuff I didn't do. Called me a that, and hit me. Yet there's definitely something different in his demeanor that I remember. He's less intense. Schizo, I'd tell you if I knew. I just hooked up with him yesterday, like a quarter mile from his house. Ever since he crashed his ride, he makes me come out there to him when he wants to buy. Blech. So he didn't mention anything about running off? I can't see Carl running. Why the hell would he want to when he's got everything he'd ever want in that castle? I can't fucking read. The castle. Which is why it's worrying that he isn't there. Did it look like somebody broke in? No. Oh. You didn't give him anything laced, did you? I don't really know how all that works. No, it's the same stuff I smoke. That's not that reassuring, but I nod regardless. Well, thanks. We're staying at Carl's if you hear anything or see him around somewhere. Jeremy frowns, canting his head to the side. Is Jenna with you? Yeah. Jeremy's frown deepens, but he doesn't look exactly angry or anything. No. There is a pause of silence, punctuated by a choked sob from Heather behind the house. How's she doing? The usual? Better than everyone else? Jeremy's frown shifts to a lopsided smile, the fox even grinning for a second. One of his front teeth is chipped in half. Sounds about right. Micah looks over his shoulder. Gonna get that joint now. He sidesteps, grunting as he passes. Nice soul patch. That. You got a glass house there, stone thrower. I got a lot of stones, now fuck off. Who the hell is this neon sign? Fuck me up. For a bat to treat me like this. I liked him better when he was just a tiny, annoying klepto. But I liked him even more when he was on the back of a milk carton. Jeremy watches Micah for a moment before scratching his gut. His eyes are upon me now. Yeah, you should go now. Of course, gladly. I look around at my surroundings. I'll let Jenna know you're doing just great here. Eat shit. Don't come back. Damn! Okay. Jeremy just stares at me until I begin to walk away, then goes back to Heather. She's still crying. Ow! Fuck! Oh! My wrist! My wrist! What the fuck? Oh, it's this again. Hey. Who the fuck is this? So you're leaving? Running off to fuck some other wolf? Leo. It's a joke. Calm down. We were just trying to have some fun. I was starting to realize that this probably wasn't the best time, but... And that's Chase? So you were playing this stupid game of keeping me guessing whether or not you're gonna ditch me by next year, and then you pull this shit outside. The hell is wrong with you? Me? You know, I told her that there was no way in hell you'd fall for this since you already knew how I felt about you. I'm the one that should be fucking offended that you'd think that. That's not fair. I wanted a react. You wanted a reaction from me, and you got one. Happy? What's wrong? This was your idea? The phone clutched in the hand disappears. It's a prank. Making me think I lost my otter is a prank. If this is a fucking joke, then you need to learn how to make one first. Why don't you learn how to take one? How was I supposed to know? How was I supposed to take that? Just laugh and shrug and say, well, fuck, so much for that. Is that what you expected?
Yeah.
Actually, we thought you wouldn't fall for it. At least not this hard. I mean, come on, I cropped that from the cover of some teen magazine. It was my number 2, if you didn't notice. It just wasn't a good time, alright? No. What the hell are you doing here anyways? I don't know what that was. I heard something. Semester ended last week. So you're staying at home for the summer? Of course not. I'm staying with Emily. You need to calm down, Leo. How can we ever have fun if you're exploding all the time? Telling me to calm down is the worst thing you can do right now. I'm tired, I'm hot, and I just want to have lunch with him. You're overreacting. Jesus. I'm going to Pueblo, Leo. Huh. Hotel room? Looks like hotel room. I stare through the grainy darkness. The motel room air is dry and stuffy. The air conditioner must be off. I hit a button. I look over. TJ's next to me in bed. He's curled up in a fetal-like position, his knees raised and his tail between his legs. TJ doesn't usually sleep like that. Leo lays on the bed across from us. He's laying on his back, his form perfectly still. There are no covers on him, and he's still in his jeans from yesterday. Neither of them are snoring or even audibly breathing, for that matter. It takes me a moment, but I can't actually tell if Leo's eyes are closed or not. I picture in my mind him slowly turning his head, looking right at me with no expression. He has no eyes. They're just shadows. I blink, trying to shift my legs beneath the sheets. Fortunately, I can't. I'm not dreaming anymore. Leo isn't actually looking at me. Why did I even think that? And why does it make me so unnerved? And that dream. Jesus. I slide my feet out from under the covers and sit upright on the edge of the bed. Maybe a splash of water will make me feel better. Though I could really use a dip in an actual pool. At Pueblo, there's so many of them around. I take it all for granted. The realization dawns on me that once I graduate, the chances of me being able to afford a place with one nearby are almost none. I wring my tail some in my paws. My fur is oily, damp. Ew, gross. I'll definitely need to take a shower in the morning. Hell, if the motel tub didn't look like that, I'd look like I'd seen 20 years worth of dirty feet, piss, and cum. Blech. I'd take a bath. I cannot read for a shit. But first, I've got to get that AC going. I walk over to the wall, mounted AC by the window. I'm surprised this place doesn't use swamp coolers like every other home in Echo. It takes a second for my eyes to adjust to the darkness, but I manage to find and turn the control knobs. Despite cranking the thing to max setting, only a petty stream of air is exuded from the front vents. It is cold though, so there's that. I stick my face up to it, the blowing air on my whiskers making my jowls raise instinctively. It's refreshing, and the world seems a little less hazy. Still, I feel gross, more so than usual. I remember on Saturday morning I woke up super early to clean myself, trim my facial scruff and head fur, and just look as presentable as possible. I don't really know who I was trying to impress. Maybe show everyone that I was all well adjusted and normal now. All the grooming work I performed didn't last 4 hours in the hot car ride up to Echo, though. Especially when the AC went out all the way from Gulch City to Route 93. I was nervous to see everyone again, really. Rose-tinted glasses and all that sort of thing will only last so long. I mean, it's been 3 years, and I haven't really made anything of myself other than becoming another college debtor in an over-saturated major. I'm not like Jenna or TJ, who are absolutely going places. Hell, from what I heard, even Flynn became city clerk. I guess I can relate more to Carl than I originally thought. As much as I hate Echo, the moments of hanging with the group growing up are still some of the best I've ever had. Even counting the recent college happenings. We were all friends, but a friendship came with a lot of serious weight to it. Baggage that was never unpacked, I guess. I didn't honestly expect us to even try to. Flynn had other plans. And who could blame him? After that, Leo's freak out and Carl going missing, any sort of semblance of a fun, idle spring break is gone. It's like there's this buzzing tension in the air. Methane filling up the room and just waiting for the lighting of a match. The lighting of a match. Fuck! I can't read. God, here I am, whining about how the mood is ruined when my old best friend is just fucking gone. What the hell was I honestly expecting? Us to all just hang up a bunch of Christmas lights in Leo's backyard, grill up some carne asada, get drunk, and dance to a bunch of indie playlists? And of course I'd fantasized about some sort of brief reunion with Leo. I mean, it's natural, right? What I didn't expect was this whole thing with Jenna. I'm still sorting out how I feel about it all. I glance briefly to my camera bags at the end of my bed. I have a feeling I'm not going to get much done for my project. With some reluctance, I pull my face back from the cooling vents and head to the bathroom. But Jesus! I try to shut the door behind me quietly, but it's still pretty loud. Doors. I look at the sink and realize that isn't going to cut it. I tug off my shirt and underwear, then place them on the edge of the counter. At home, I just throw them on the floor, but I don't really trust how clean the linoleum is here. I don't know if I even said that right. I step into the shower. It gets hot quick, so I fiddle with the handle some. There's some red fur tucked in the corner, so I'm guessing Leo took one earlier as well. He was worried the police would come by his place, so he insisted on staying here while we searched for Carl. I remember him and I used to take hour-long showers together back when my family was out of town. My parents had one of those walk-in Roman-style showers with marble tile. I thought it was the coolest thing. I bend down and pick up the tiny complimentary shampoo bottle from the rack and begin to lather the contents into my fur. It's not exactly the best for my specifically my type of fur, but it'll work for now. I bet Jenna would have loved that shower. She had to use an outdoor one for most of her life, as I recall. I think she lives off campus now in a studio apartment she picked out. I've never actually seen it. She probably splurged with her full ride money and got something really nice. But it beats the hell out of communal dorm showers, which are not as sexy as porn makes you believe. I begin lathering her down, and the mental image of Jenna's golden form slick with water sticks in my head. Okay. I'm gonna cut this out of the fucking video, 'cause I don't wanna get fucking stricken down for this shit.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so that was very short-lived, but even the slightest tiddlywink of a fucking mention of some forbidden activities gets YouTube going for some fucking reason. So I'm just gonna be careful with it, because whatever, I'm small, so I doubt they'd even fully care, but you know how they are. I'm not very big, and even they'll want to try and strike me down like fucking Zeus. Anyways, I step out of the bathroom in my towel. I wasn't expecting to take a shower when I first went in the bathroom, so I didn't bring a change of clothes in with me. Creeping over on the pads of my feet, I disrobe and quickly begin to put on a fresh t-shirt and shorts from my bag. Oh! Chase? TJ and Leo are no longer in bed. The Lynx is over by the light switch, squinting blearily at me. Well, Leo blinks at me. Buenos dias. Let me say that better. My fucking voice just cracked. Oh. Buenos dias. I just realized you can see my fucking table right here. Let me just do a lot of editing with how much I'm fucking fiddling with the goddamn camera. I quickly try to scamper on the rest of my shorts, forgoing underwear for the time being. Oh, geez, sorry, Chase. TJ turns quickly, averting his gaze. Leo just sighs some, rubbing his eyes. It's probably what I would do. I mean, I've showered with my boyfriend before. I've seen a couple of junks in my time on the internet and IRL. Well, to be more accurate, I've only seen one IRL junk, excluding, well, you know, that down there. Because obviously I'm going to see that one because it's me. But I'm going to stop talking about this. I'm going to take a swig of coffee and we're going to just get right back into it. This is going to go straight through me later. At least I didn't put milk in here, or it would have been a lot worse because I am apparently lactose intolerant. Not like some people who would just projectile vomit, but I get a bit of a gurgle in the tummy, and it's not glamorous, one bit. Also, you like my new mug? This is something I got yesterday. The lady that my mom cleans house for, occasionally she gives us stuff that she doesn't want because she has no need for it and chooses to give it to people because she doesn't have to sell it because the woman is loaded. And we just get free stuff from time to time, and it's nice. Mugs. We've gotten all sorts of cups, a vase, a vacuum now, a new one, which we gotta clean up and spruce up a little bit. But it's like an old classic roll-around one, like most are. But instead of having a handle that you just, you do the thing. There's a detachable hose that pops off the side, and then you just vacuum like that with the hose. There's no other choice except with the hose, and you can be a lot more accurate with the hose anyways. I got oatmeal here, which is, but enough talking. I talk a lot sometimes. I don't even remember what all that's here that I actually got from her, because there's the mugs, which I get to use, but it's just for all of us, kind of. But other than that, I don't really know. I don't got nothing that isn't exclusively mine. I got YouTube stuff. I got green screen behind me. I got a ring light that has a giant, like, me-sized tripod. Like, it goes taller than me. So I'm not using it for anything because I don't do anything major. And, I suppose I could set something up to where I can get up there and it just kind of hang there and mounted. And I can detach it and grab the tripod from my corner over here, which has got a perfect corner that I can use, and just move it. One day, but I have, thing. One day when I actually do ghost hunting, which I don't really want to do that, but I think it would be interesting, to say the least. Because in my Amazon cart, I actually, I don't have money, so I've never actually bought anything off Amazon. But I have a cart, and I have lists of stuff saved that I have my eye on. And it's updated a couple of times because, stuff. My hair just fell out the thing. It's okay. I may as well just What I'm gonna do is just that. I'm just gonna have it on my head. Let's continue reading. Thanks for the show. Your phone was going off while you were in the shower. My cheeks feel a bit warm as I manage to finally get my shorts up to my waistline. Oh, who called? Leo stares blankly at me, looking more tired than any of us. I wasn't going to check. An uneasy look punctuates the comment, and it catches me a little off guard. Can I turn around now? Yes, TJ. Thank you. The lynx uncovers his eyes and moves to the bed, sitting back down. He still looks like he hasn't fully woken up yet. Sorry for waking you guys. I was really needing a shower. Daughter stuff, you know? Ugh. It's okay, Chase. You kind of woke me up from some pretty weird dreams. So, thank you. He manages a smile, still trying to blink the bleariness out of his eyes. By the looks of it, his irises are beginning to narrow back to a more slitted state. No problem, TJ. Actually, I should be getting back out there. My shoulder's way up here! It's 3:30 in the morning, are you sure? I finished putting on my shirt and moved to check my phone. Yeah, I'm sure. Man, when I find that goat, I swear to God. He stretches some before stifling a yawn. Not gonna let him out of my sight for a month. Tap. My phone doesn't actually make that sound, I don't think. I actually have 3 phones. One's a mic, one's my camera, and the other is just here. And yes, this is the wrong case. There's no finger thing there or anything. It's just the only case I have, and I use cases a lot because I'm a klutz. And my other 2 phones don't have a case that I can put on, so they're just left that way. I talk too much. It's text from Jenna. I am feeling a little... Oh. Hey, Chase, I can't sleep, so I'm heading back to the motel. If you're up, do you want to go out looking with me? Shit! I'm feeling a little better after my shower, so I send Jenna a quick text, agreeing to help with the search. What does it say? DJ cans his head, peering at me with a sort of dazed, curious look. Jenna was having trouble sleeping, so she wants to go out searching. Leo looks up at me, his expression indiscernible. I'm right down here. Fuck. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's just fucking. If the words were at least a little thicker, I would be fine. They're just kind of thin and hard to read, so I gotta get up close. Stretch. I will be ending this off very soon and doing a very quick editing job. Because when I'm doing these hour-long videos, they're going to be less edited. I'm only going to do a little editing on this because there's a few bits that I just don't want in the video because, And so I'll just keep going for a little bit. Eventually I'll find a good stopping point. That's usually the issue. Focus on me, bitch. I'll eventually find a good stopping place because, it's hard to do sometimes. If it was any other game, like, I'm thinking right now, there's some games where it goes day to day and the days are evenly sized. So you're able to do one day, one video, another day, another video. And you can just do a video in the game. But with this one, it kind of doesn't work that way because it's a bit more wibbly wobbly. Some days run a lot longer than others. It's just weird. I'm still on my camera right there. There's a dot, and I don't know what that is. What are you, dot? Because you don't show up on the recording, and I don't. What are you doing? Is that? Oh, that's the zoom. Duh. Let me just. Yeah, that's the zoom. The thing was small, so it was blurry. So all I could see was like a dot. I couldn't see what's in the dot. Okay, again. Too much talking. Too much talking. Too much fucking talking. It's falling off my head again. That's just fucking... I'm not gonna tie it properly. I'm just gonna... Shit. Whoa! I'm a ninja. I'm just kidding. I have a freshly shaven face. I'm trying to grow a chin scruff because it just looks right on my face. But it takes time for your hair to eventually grow out fully, at least for me and others like me. It takes a minute, so you keep shaving and eventually it starts growing more and more and fuller. And I'm just now growing hair on the middle of my chin right here, which I wasn't before. I was just growing it on the sides for some reason, which is really dumb. But let's continue. Isn't it kind of dark to try and look for him? I mean, not that I'm trying to dissuade you all, just seems kind of harder. It's that whole 48 hours thing. The harder we look now, the better. Sitting back and praying everything will work out won't do any good. Facts. I keep fucking leaning down here. Jesus, I'm like all out of camera. Because I can't just lean back like this or just sit like this. Because sure, I wear glasses, but they're a bit out of date and I just haven't gotten around to seeing the doctors. I am hungry. I don't drink enough. I need to drink more. I need to eat more because I'm skinny. As you can see, my twig arms. Ah! I'm an idiot. Tisha's eyes widened some, looking a bit taken aback. You get out of my eyes. I'm gonna just put you all the way up there. Oh! His jowls twitched some to feel him looking down at the sheath between his legs. Knock! Sorry, I was a bit delayed there. I was focusing on the words. There's a knock at the door. This image, I heard some YouTubers say this, and I can't bring myself to disagree. This image looks like someone just took it and just said... like they just stretched it. Let us continue. There's a knock at the door. The sound of jingling keys can be heard coming from the other side. There's a scratching noise of metal on metal, the door being unlocked. After a moment, it opens. Hi, Jenna! I don't know why Leo is still my favorite character, but holy fuck. In his route by the end, he goes fucking mental. and I'm not going to give anything away. I suggest you play this game for yourself because it's a good game. And this is only the second route that I've done, but I've watched a lot of videos. But I haven't even watched this route fully. I've gone maybe... I haven't even gotten really anywhere past this point when watching videos. So when I do get around to watching videos again, because my first introduction to this, funny enough, was YouTube. Vivian Jade. Go check them out. They're a good content creator, and I enjoy their content. And of course, they're having issues, much like me, but way different in situation. What I'm saying is similar, is that we can't just pump out videos constantly like a machine, like clockwork. We can't do that. We're not built that way. Some people are, and some people just aren't. And unfortunately, I'm one of those. So there will be a lot of pause, and I don't expect to ever be making money from this. I expect to actually get a full-time, not full-time job, but a most-time job. Like, the most that I can do while still being able to fit this in every now and again. But, you know, it also depends on my mood. My mood, and if I'm, like, up for it, up here, because, like, sometimes I'm just out of it, and I just want to take a relaxed day, which happens quite often, and it's annoying. Jenna steps out from the darkness, rubbing her arms some and making a beeline for her bag. Woohoo! Alright, okay, so back in with the earbud. Hey TJ, Chase, Leo. I don't greet anyone like that because I don't know very many people. And when I walk in, you know, I'm used to, this is the only time I'm actually willing to say this word because it doesn't faze me much. Ah! Fuck, that hurt. I am a klutz. I keep hurting myself. Sometimes, when me and my sister's boyfriend cross paths, however that works out, if he's picking me up from somewhere, or we just, you know, just anytime, it's random, and it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens every now and again, and I'm not fazed by it, but sometimes, like, he'll just walk by, he's like, hey fag, and it's like, oh well, because I know he's not meaning anything harmful by it, so I just, yeah, because I know he doesn't, like, use it as, like, a insult, it's just who he is, he's just that way, and I'm cool with it. Just, you know. Coffee. She nods to each of us in turn before beginning to rifle through her belongings. Aren't you supposed to be keeping watch at the house? Aren't you supposed to be in jail? Fuck. DJ makes a noise that sounds like he's just choked on his own spit. I try to avoid looking directly at Leo. He doesn't say anything, though I hear the bed he's sitting on creak audibly. She takes out 2 water bottles, tossing one to me. Ow! Booty? TikTok again. I only barely catch it, mainly because it stopped by my nose first. Ow. My snout tingles with the aftershock. My nose feels wet for some reason. Then when I reach it up, there's no blood. That's probably because you're just leaking snot, because sometimes when I get hit in the nose, it tingles, but then I start dripping snot. And the only time I've ever actually gotten bloody noses is because I'm just built this way. It's too warm in a room, too dry. It just happens. And back then, when I was younger, like young, I picked my nose a lot. I didn't eat it because that's gross. And I always thought that way. But back then, I couldn't blow my nose very good. Like, my mom would get irritated when she was holding the toilet paper to my nose and say, blow harder. It's like, dude, I'm blowing as hard as I can. I ain't built like you. Must be the burst blood vessels. Ouch. Oh. She stifles a brief amused huff, looking apologetic. You're still trying to wake up, I see. You think that's funny? Just walking in and hitting him with that? Leo's crackling baritone comes out a few decibels too loud, his tone stern, like a scolding parrot. It has a way of catching everyone's attention. That wasn't the intent. I just defaulted to starting to doing the voices that I made for them. The very similar voices, because I can't do much. And I can go to the right octaves for a woman's voice, but I can't make it soft. It's always got this weird thing to it that I can't go away. But I can make weird voices. I just can't get deep. And there's a few accents that I can't do, such as a Mexican accent. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. So the moments where he's starting to show that Mexican accent more and more as he gets angrier, I just try the best I can. And no offense to anyone, I'm just trying to get as close as possible. And sometimes that just might not be close at all. So, whatever. Let's continue. There's a pause, Leo about to speak again, but Jenna manages to cut him off before he can. Speaking of, we're going to check in with Duke. See if he knows anything. Leo's paw. Leo's jaw shifts, as if trying to speak, but the words don't come out. He leans back, then forward again. Have fun. Chase, y'all set? She looks at me expectantly. I guess she's ready to go. Oh, yeah, sure. And I just realized, I realize now, because I forgot, literally that fast, he doesn't have underwear. He's going commando. Ooh, I've had to do it before. And it felt humiliating, but no one ever knew. But it was because all my underwear were dirty, and we just had not got around to laundry yet, so I had to go commando, because I had everything else. And I just had to pray to God that no one noticed. And there was a point in time where I forgot to switch my pants, so I was just in my damn sleep pants. But I went with it. Because each time the sleep pants I wore looked like a strange pair of pants. Like, think of Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi. You think that one pair of pants he had, if I can find it, just pop up the image here. But pants like that. I have sleep pants with a similar pattern. They look a lot more like sleep pants, but in the moment that it happened, it felt weird, but nowadays, I think of it and I'm like, oh, that could have been a lot worse. I could have been wearing what I'm wearing now, my Mountain Dew sleep pants, which is hilarious. Anyways, I need to fucking stop talking. Holy fucking shit. Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. I force a smile, trying to downplay the cavalcade of tension this room has become. Goodbye, guys. See you later. DJ seems to be doing the same. Leo just stares. We'll text with some updates in a bit. My hair is all on the fucking thing. Jenna pats my shoulder before heading out. I follow suit. That's a good stopping point because we're swapping scenes. I could have stopped earlier, but I didn't quite hit an hour, and I like to get to an hour before cutting off. So I don't like making multiple saves because I'm going through this clean cut. And the only time I'm going to make a save is if there's like a choice. And I don't know which one's the right one because in some routes there's multiple endings. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is one of the ones that does have a different ending. But there aren't many choices throughout this game because it's mostly linear once you've chosen a line that you want to follow. But if we're talking like Flynn's route, that one's like cut and dry. That one just goes from point A to point B. There's a few varying choices along through there that can change a little bit of what's happening, but the main plot of that route, there's no varying paths, there's no different endings, it's just point A to point B for the main plot of that one. And same thing with TJ. That one's also kind of like a point A to point B. It just goes. But as far as I'm aware, the rest of them are a bit more varying. They have only 2 different endings. When I say different, I mean very different. Very different indeed. So, another YouTube spiel. We all know it. We all don't really like it because most YouTubers, big YouTubers, will say it to you like they're trying to tell you to do this instead of you liking it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. If you don't like it, don't do any of those things and hit the dislike button. Do what you want. I could care less. Just as long as my video is actually getting to people and I'm making them smile. That's what I want. Because, I'm just doing this because I can and I don't do it often. And I don't get anything from it. I mean, I play a lot of games, so that's fun, I guess, but I don't really get anything substantial from it. So, yeah.